My name is Frank. My friends call me Frankie. This is my story. 2 years after graduation, with no call from the numerous companies that had me interviewed, I was almost getting frustrated about life that I had to take my destiny into my hands. As the winner of the most handsome guy pageantry back then in the university, I rode on the arms of grace to earn a Kia Picanto car from one of the frontline sponsors who took interest in the pageantry. So with my car, I decided to earn a living by registering in one of the car hailing service companies in town. Fortunately, the process was successful and I took it up as a challenge to maintain decency, professionalism, and consistency in this new phase of life. As Frankie the Bank, my nickname in campus, my friends and classmates believed my cuteness and soft-spokenness earned me tons of sexual pleasures, reason for christening me with such unholy nomenclature. Though I took it upon myself to put my alleged randomness in check, I vowed never to get caught in actions that will either smear myself or put the job in jeopardy, because my new work as a cabbie would have surely exposed those vulnerabilities. However, one fateful evening, in the course of catching my breath after yet another engaging day, my phone rang, which indicated I had been contacted for a ride. The name, Cassandra Dominatrix, was conspicuously beeping on my cell. I accepted the offer, and the call came through, a Barbie voice, so persuasive and seductive, a tone that matched the name Cassandra Dominatrix in its raw form. She gave her location, and I set out to engage in one of the most exciting rides of newfound life as a cabman. I got to her point. In the course of gazing to get a sight of her, I got a tap on the head from my back. "Hey Frankie, let's ride." As she took her position at the back of my car, from the rear mirror, I took a second look at my client. I was dumbstruck. Cassandra was a belle. Her beauty was so radiant, yet layered a mesmerizing blend of boldness and grace. As she took time to change her sitting position, I saw the confident sway of her hips. I took further stare and was so entrapped by her genre of beauty. Her eyes, fierce and luminous, and it gave out a lightning of untold stories. She was an enchantress that I had to reinforce my discipline. "Fantasy homes," she directed me. I cut in, "But that's not what you put on the order." "Oh yeah, I didn't want my bestie to know my whereabouts," she retorted. I kept my cool. That wasn't my bother. My duty was to take her to the location. While on transit, she called for conversations by asking me my name. I told her Frank. She appreciated my facial symmetry and clean-spoken words. I thanked her in return. We got to her destination, Fantasy Homes. It's an enchanting hotel perched on a cliff overlooking a shimmering azure sea. Its sleek, modern architecture is seamlessly blended with elements of natural stone and glass, creating an elegant harmony with the surrounding landscape. Towering palm trees sway gently in the breeze, lining the pathway to the grand entrance. Her bill was 5,500 naira. I sent 10k. The extras was for making the ride memorable, she said. Wow, it was a surprise, and I really couldn't pin what I did to earn the extra farthings. I showed gratitude and saw her walk into the warm embrace of a pot-bellied stout man in his mid-60s. I paused to watch how they briskly took anticipatory and sensual walk to a field of fun and sex lavishment. I smiled and zoomed off. So I was heading to the major road leading to the adjoining streets. I got a call, with my mind anticipatory for another ride within the perimeters of my location. It was Cassandra. Oops! Did she forget any of her belongings? My mind raced while I scanned through the seats to see if there was. I picked the call. Hello, Frankie. Do you mind coming back to the location where you dropped me off? It sounded too sweet as I quickly did the arithmetics of earning an extra pay from a client who has shown deep hands of benevolence. In a hushed tone, I replied, yes. Speedily, I raced like a Formula One driver with the surge and its attending adrenaline. Hey, Cassandra, I'm outside. I reached her on the phone. She asked that I walk in room 69. Still perplexed, I took a round look and discovered that the BMW Jeep that conveyed the pot-bellied man had left the parking lot. My thoughts sauntered. What could this be? My heart panted. Well, I took the extra courage to take the walk to the room number with the sultry numeric identification. I tapped on the door. Open, she said. I stepped in. On the table was an enrichment of different cuisines, littered with bottles of red wine, splashes of pastries littered on the bed. On the side table had a condom whose pack has been altered. Cassandra was clothed in a flowy, semi-transparent chemise, which exposed her nipples and banging curves. She rollicked towards me with one hand, holding a glass of wine, and another strapping a bag designed with engineering fulfillments. Take a seat, cute Frankie, she said, without modest. I was still having a cold fit, and she saw the uneasiness in my movements. Oh yeah, Chief has left. Is it why you are acting frantic? She asked further. I still wasn't replying and waiting to hear the reason why she invited me to the room, charged to the brim with shocking sexual elegance. She saw I still wasn't buying it. She continued. Chief doesn't spend much time with me. You know now. 2 minutes he's done, and I have the entire space to myself. Sometimes we might not even have sex just like today. He has a fetish called splushing. Splu what? I interjected. Yeah, splushing is a sexual fetish involving the use of wet, messy substances on the body for sensual or erotic pleasure. This can include various types of food or liquids being poured, smeared, or played with during intimate activities. The tactile sensation, visual mess, and playful nature are often what appeals to Chief. So for the right money, I do it, even though I don't enjoy it. That's why you see the splatter of smear on the bed. I was befuddled, but I love penis. I love to be smashed, and immediately I saw you, I grew my own fetish of fucking you. She was indeed a raw talker with mindless audacity. She gave a beautiful smile as my heartbeat increased its adrenaline. Am I not beautiful? As she drew me closer with her eyes filled with passion. At that point, my much-tutored discipline was in between the devil and the dark blue sea. Run a smash. What if Chief comes in? Why the dominating name Cassandra Dominatrix? This body is too banging to live without a bang. In the middle of my wild thoughts, Cassandra brought out the bag mentioned earlier. In there were different sizes of vibrators, a cuff, belt, and other items that I couldn't place a name. Have you heard of BDSM? She asked again. At that point, there was a knock on the door. Who is it? She asked. It's Chief. What?